What else do we have to show you today? More about Wiseco. I've been to Wiseco's facility 3 times now. They gave me the grand tour twice. They're very proud of what goes on there. I took a picture with their permission, brought back. I'll post up showing you what a forged piston looks like before it begins life. Then of course forged means a little tiny piece of metal all of a sudden gets crushed by like a 300-ton press. It's heated up real hot. Dudes that look like they're from, you know, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and leather aprons, big muscles. If you're a hot chick and you want to go look, I'm sure it would be very exciting. You know, pouring molten metal, big machines making all kinds of noise. I think the thing's like 8 stories tall and 5 stories of it are underground. They have smaller ones, but this is the big one. So they smash your piece of metal, and then it goes through a whole bunch of steps, centering it, getting the pin bore, CNC, all kinds of stuff to make them right. But then comes the part where I sell it to a user. And that user ports a saw, installs it, and doesn't listen to Dave tell him important stuff. These are just a couple Wiseco pistons I've had out of probably maybe 1,100 we sold over the last 3 or 4 years. Again, roughly 30 designs, more coming all the time. Blah, blah, blah. Give Dave your money, buy my shit. But guy builds a saw for his buddy. Puts one of our Wiseco pistons in it. It's lighter. It's stronger. They have coatings. Some of them even have 4 different coatings on different parts to do different things. Buddy takes that saw out, having told the builder, yeah, I just want a good firewood saw, something I can rely on. I want it strong. Every now and then, maybe I'll take it out to a get-together and have a little fun. So he goes, cuts a little firewood. Realizes, wow, this is one serious piece of machinery. My builder is a genius. Then the damage starts. The firewood cutter reaches into his drawer or his back pocket and says, by golly, I got a tuning screwdriver. If I take that high needle, maybe a quarter of a turn, I wonder what this saw can do. Well, predictably, it's faster. Firewood cutter gets a big old smile. What about maybe another quarter turn? That won't hurt anything, right? Oh, this is what I'm looking for. By golly, next time I'm at a get together, I'm gonna make people cry with this saw. Giving it a half a turn. If I do another quarter turn, I wonder if it's any faster. And it is. He spends a solid, blissful, super happy 11 minutes cutting firewood like he's never cut before. He can't wait to get home and call the builder and kiss his feet and call all his friends and tell them, you all get to suck my ass because your saws are slow. And then his saw makes a little bit of a funny noise. It goes something like whack-a-clunk, whack-a-clunk. Recoil doesn't do anything anymore. I must have a screw come out that's fouling up my recoil. Well, I'll go home and check it out. Recoil's fine. Let me take a peek inside this muffler. Damn! I didn't run it that long. It shouldn't have scored that piston. Maybe it'll be fine because I can't even feel those marks. I'm sure it'll be fine. Wait a minute. My ring spins all the way around. That can't be right. No, friends, it's not. The same piston can be used for a work saw, a get-together saw, even a race saw. The porting's probably different. I mean, it ought to be. Carburation, probably even fuel's different. Here's one thing to remember. Firewood saw needs tuned like a firewood saw. Take it out of the cut, you get a little four-stroking. A little extra cooling down in that engine, plenty of oil. Oh, Dave, I want to use engine oil 100 to 1. My dealer says it's the greatest. He gives me a discount. He's my brother-in-law. Well, tell your brother-in-law, fuck off. I don't want to ruin my saws. The bottom end of your saw, the crank, it survives on the extra oil. It comes out of the fuel and gets left as residue. If there ain't no oil, no matter how good the oil is, no oil is, let me do the math, no oil. Bottom end dies. And a race saw, even a get-together saw, there's probably been work done to that crank. Why waste it, the money? That's like telling the builder, fine job, let me kick you in the balls. No. Anyway, one way to tell if you've had your piston too hot. This is for forged pistons. The piston ring will turn all the way around. This is because the pin is a much harder metal than the aluminum, which is hard. They use Rockwell testing at Wiseco. They know exactly what hardness it is before it leaves the factory. If it's not good, they have a table over there that has pistons. When I was there a couple weeks ago, there was probably 40 pistons, all different sizes, makes and models, cars, mopeds, whatever, probably even some chainsaws. The quality control people are completely different from the production people. Anything that doesn't spec out exactly, everything is set aside. In addition to the ring turning all the way around, which your customer will tell you, oh, the piston must have been defective. It was defective from the start, you would have hung a ring right away. Destroyed your top end. In fact, that has happened a couple times. Then, when we send the piston back for testing, the Rockwell hardness has been cut more than in half. The piston has been so hot under the dome that the alloy has turned blue, kind of a gunmetal blue. If you saw that on a crank, you'd think that's part of the normal hardening process, etc. Or if you strip the paint off of a bar, looked at the edges of a good quality bar, you'd probably see some bluing. That's a no-no on a piston. That means it's been hot enough that as the ring moves, piston going up and down like crazy, hopefully in excess of 15,000 RPMs in a race situation, but hopefully less than 12,000 cutting firewood. The ring moving has pushed the pin into the body of the piston. Now, that hard pin is in there out of the way, and that hard ring can move wherever he wants. The opening gets next to a port, jams things up, destroys it. A lot of times you get lucky, it locks up before it destroys your whole top end. But in either case, remember, I told you so.